Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. All things Middle-earth here with a video on the Yule Festival. These are my brutally honest thoughts about how I feel like it's going so far, and I hope to be proven wrong by things either being changed or maybe as the event goes on, there'll be more that surprises with. But so far, based on what I experienced last year in this event and what I've seen so far, as well as just the server maintenance taking longer, the servers crashing. I know it's not like totally in their control, but it still is a disappointment to say the least when trying to play and hype up the game and this event as it comes out to be delayed for almost 5 hours. So anyway, all that coming up in just 1 second. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about the event. I really do want to hear honest feedback. If you guys enjoyed this event or certain aspects of the event maybe that I didn't, I'd love to hear it because it could just be me who doesn't like certain things. I do want to hear what you guys think about certain activities in the event. So again, all that coming up in just 1 second. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to try and make this a little bit short and sweet because I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but I want to go through the different aspects of this event and talk about my thoughts on how I think they kind of dropped the ball so far, and I hope to be surprised by some changes or updates, or just maybe there'll be more things that happen during the event that are going to be new. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to stay a little bit optimistic that there could be changes. So first off, we have the Yule tree over here. This is the Yule tree decoration. You get these ornaments, you can put them on the tree, and that's it. This was in the game last season. There were progress rewards for it just the same. The difference last year was you could put your ornaments in the tree, then you could actually type a message on your ornament and post it. And then when I looked at my tree, I would see everyone else's ornaments here as well. So we were looking at maybe from last year on stream last night, and you could see all these, names, and it was just like a nostalgia thing. It added a social component to this. I personally don't understand why they took that feature away. To me, I don't care about decorating a tree if it's not fun enough for me to do this, if I can't share that with other people. So to me, these social activities in the game, the garden, the different postcard you could decorate for the Aragorn Arwen event, the Yule tree decoration, those things that had a social aspect where you could go through, you could like different ornaments, you could send messages, that kind of thing is very fun. And they took that out of the game. So I don't understand why. And honestly, my suggestion on stream earlier was, if possible, if they could hotfix this just to make the tree the same thing it was last year, I think that would make people happy. But I was overall pretty disappointed that they removed what was one of the more fun things for me last year. Again, think last year, this was the first event for this game. And we have these ornaments you can put on the tree. You can see what other people are saying. You can see other ornaments. You can see what other ones people are liking, that kind of thing. It was very, very enjoyed. So outside of that, we have some progress rewards. You have gems. There's 500 gems there. There's a madam in each of those chests, and then this Gimli snowman reindeer avatar looking thing here. But again, nothing crazy. You got 500 gems and 2 madams for decorating it. So in terms of like a free to play lowest spender, you're looking at 3 madam coins for this portion of the event, which isn't a huge amount for what is, I think, one of the bigger events in the game. So Yule tree decoration gets a fail for me if I was giving grades out on this portion of the event. Next up is the fireworks store. Gandalf's fireworks have been in the game since the Yule Festival and in several other events. This hasn't changed at all. I'd have to go back and look and see if the progress rewards are better or worse. I think they're pretty underwhelming. Again, you get random ornaments, which would be cool if the ornaments worked the same, where you could share with other people. And it was something that added a social feature. But again, I'm getting a random ornament that I can put on my tree that no one gets to see. So it just doesn't, I don't really care about getting these. Otherwise, pretty small batches of Madam vouchers, pretty small amounts of gems. So I think it's 2, 3, 400 gems. So a Madam and 50 vouchers. And again, like to buy a purple item, it's 300 vouchers. So putting it into perspective, I think the rewards are underwhelming, and this hasn't changed at all, so it didn't get worse in terms of what this is. The only thing I will say that I'm going to keep pushing for is fireworks should not expire. If you're spending money on Madams and you get fireworks materials and want to buy fireworks, they should never expire. I don't know why they do, but they do. So let us keep our fireworks forever. If that was an update added, I think that would be very appreciated by players who enjoy this. Again, we talk about it on stream quite a bit. I think there's a split of players. Half the players that play Rise to War do not care about the Yule Festival at all. They don't want to play the actual war game. They want to take tiles. They want to fight people. And I get that. Like the mini games, the extra stuff that doesn't have to do with the actual game, you don't care about. And I understand that, and I respect that. If you just like to play the game, that's fine. But then there's the other portion of players that like the events and the things like that. So, but it's the Yule Festival. It's like the holiday season thing. And there's not like, there are no like Christmas trees or a snowman or like whatever it would be. It's the same ones we've had forever. So feel like that was like a pretty low bar here. Like I feel like if I were to give this section a grade, I would say it like just barely gets a pass or it meets the bar because it didn't get worse. But for this type of thing, having been in the game for 1 year, there are no real changes to it. The rewards are nothing to feel. I mean, 1 Matham for the total rewards here, and you still can't use the fireworks beyond the event. Like once you buy them, they expire over time. So again, this if this is a pass, it's barely a pass, but it's pretty underwhelming to me or something where it would have been cool to see new fireworks, to see better rewards, or to have an update like, hey, you can actually have these for as long as you'd like to if you're the one, buying them with your materials. Or again, you get materials by opening chests. You open Matham chests, you get materials, you convert them to this. You should be able to keep them forever. I don't know why you can't. But anyway, this barely gets a pass, maybe, but it's kind of like it's like a C minus, so it's not amazing. Next up is this Yuletide gift, which I am personally taking. I think this is a dedication to me in the game because I've been using this avatar for a long time. So I think this is like the @me Yuletide gift exchange, which I do enjoy. But basically, players can send you gifts which have firework materials and ornaments, which is cool. And again, you could send ornaments to someone and send them a message, but it's just not quite the same as the decorating the tree that it was last year. Again, you get fireworks materials, which are cool, but the fireworks expire and nobody else can see your ornaments once you hang them up. So it's interesting. It's new. I don't dislike this. I don't dislike the ability to send gifts to people, to friends, to people in your fellowship, whatever it is. So this, I would say, is a pass because it's a new thing, but I think it replaced kind of what we would have had as like a daily login before, and I'll talk about that in a second. So overall, this was interesting, but nothing crazy. And again, some of these things like getting a special ornament or fireworks materials could be better if fireworks didn't expire, ornaments could be shared, or again, if there are only ornaments that you could get by gifting to people. So there are ornaments that you can't get on your tree unless it's received from a gift. Something like that to make it give me a reason to send stuff to my friends or to like make us play the game more or interact socially. And I think it'd be interesting. But again, I know it's kind of nitpicky with this, but again, we'll give it a pass because it's a new thing. But I think it could be even better if these other areas of the game were improved and not just lackluster, to say the least. And the last portion of the Yule festival is this. It is the Yuletide stage, and I have to be honest, I think this is one of the worst things I've done in the game outside of like playing the game, just like the extra mini game stuff. Please let me know in the comments. Be honest with me. Do you guys like the Yuletide stage? Because so far I can do the Yuletide chorus. And they've done this before, like with the cooking. We had the cooking where it's like you combine ingredients, you get stuff, and I think it's fine. I don't think anybody asked for that to be expanded on. But then they're like, okay, we're going to add the different ways you can cook. You have to click at a certain time or click a bunch of times or whatever it is. And you go to the Yuletide stage, and it's like this Guitar Hero if you've played where you just have to click at certain times. If you don't have the music on, by the way, it's really difficult. But you just match what they do. If you have the tips on, you'll see the whole bar. So you click when they're clicking. So right there, you click on Pippin to get that done. Some of them, like those, you hold onto to hold the note like that. But there's 10 rounds. And I've got to be honest, after about 3, I'm like, this isn't fun. Without music, it's difficult. If you turn the tip thing off, you actually can't see the entire page. Like the next round, you'll see, like you don't have the whole bar showing up. So if you're not listening, it's just very difficult. So I don't know. Again, there's the Yuletide, the chorus one. There's a dancing one and a catch practice. I think they're all going to be that type of like click here at this certain time types of things. And I just do not and have never enjoyed this type of thing. And I don't think anyone's been asking for more detailed versions of this type of stuff. Like with the cooking, originally it was just combine the ingredients, you're done. Now they expanded. They're like, all right, you got to cook and you got to rotate this wheel, or you got to make sure the fire's hot. And I don't see people asking for that, but it could just be me and the people that I talk to. So let me know if you love this. Please, I actually want to know because I hope that I'm wrong. And I hope people love this. I think it is extremely disappointing. I do 3 rounds and I'm like, this. I don't want to do this. The only reason I'll finish it is because you're going to get yourself, let's see, 800 gems. So 2 Mathams here. Again, we've talked about the ornaments. I don't think those are special. 2 adventurer medals, which are basically Mathams, and a iron flute. So you're going to get yourself basically 4 Mathams from this one, a sticker. The iron flute, there are 2 items. There's the iron flute and there's also a lute. They are instruments, they're accessories, but they actually have legitimate stats and they have actual effects. Like this one has concussion, the other one had mend, I believe. So they're not like joke items like the frying pan or whatever. But I don't know how you would actually refine these. So I think they might still kind of be joke items, but you can get that from here if you're interested. So this one, in terms of rewards, give you the most, like 4-ish Mathams. But if we added everything up, I think that's like 7 total Mathams potentially from the actual event. From an event we have for 2 weeks. So if you're free to play, it's like, okay, congratulations. Like if you use all your gems you get on actual Mathams, you can buy about 7, 8, whatever it is, Mathams. Not very much, not very exciting. So that's the overall Yule Festival. Overall, this to me, it gets a fail. This has not been a good event. It is worse than last year. Last year, I'll try and put some pictures up on screen, but last year we had like the daily login. So every day you got a Matham, you got gems. It's a Yule Festival. It's the holiday thing. They're just giving stuff out. So we had that last time. They removed that. There's also the trivia, which was the first time we had the trivia. So we had Bilbo doing the riddles. That's not here as well. So again, if those things are already in the game and all they need to do is like come up with new riddles or just figure out what to give out for rewards, I don't know why they're doing less if they already have it. Or like the tree, like I said, I've done this before, and in my opinion, they made it worse. So I don't understand why we're taking steps back on events we're repeating, where at the very least, if it was just the exact same, I'd probably be critical and say, hey, they didn't change anything. But I'd at least be like, you know what? Hey, we got our ornaments. It's the same thing. It didn't get any worse, but we have less stuff to do in this event. Something else in the event we had last time was the ability to explore 200 plus tiles, and you could actually find a secret avatar item. So this Palantir in the snow with the eye on it, this one right here, you could find this on a 200 tile if you explore. And it was the first time we did something like this, and people were posting in World Chat, posting in Discords, whatever, talking about how to get this. It was a cool thing. It was unique. It's something I still look at to this day, and I think, hey, like it reminds me of a good time I had in the Yule Festival. They don't have any of that exploration stuff on the map. Again, a lot of the things they had are just not here, and it doesn't make sense why they took those things out on something that shouldn't have been a difficulty to add in. Now, last but not least, I want to talk about the monetization of this event, because this actually really frustrates me. Now, I will say this Yule Festival Eve chest, it's a progressive thing. There's Yule Festival Eve 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I believe. And basically, you pay a dollar amount. So this one that's behind the chair is $5 USD for the equivalent of $5 in gems. So this is the amount of gems you get for spending $5, and then you get bonus stuff. So these are worth it if you're spending money because you just get bonus stuff. This time it's 5 Mathams and an avatar. In the last one, you get, I think, 3 gold items, and you get a pick your own gold scrap. So like the scrap items that you can use to upgrade, for example, like the worn out weapons or the worn out armor. There's a pick your worn out type. So it's a gold one that you get there. I'll try and put some pictures on the screen I had some sent to me, so I'll put those on the screen so you guys can see, because I have not bought these yet. And I don't know if I'm going to, because I'm frustrated with the event. I feel like the event as a whole is not fun. It's worse. It's less than we had. And the best part is the stuff that you have to spend money on, where you get gold gear. Again, limited time packs, the Yuletide special where it's $20 for 20 Mathams, stuff like that. The stickers, whatever it is, those things we're used to those. They're decent deals if you're spending for Mathams. It's fine. But if you're free to play or a low spender, you're not getting like maybe you spend $5 or maybe you get the stickers, whatever it is, and that's it. The actual like best stuff for like the gold gear, like basically it's like, hey, if you spend $100, we're going to give you 3 pieces of gold gear, like, and then you can use $100 for Mathams or whatever it is. So this event to me is horrible for free to plays. It's horrible for low spenders, people who like want to play the game socially. There's nothing there. It's just like, yeah, if you want to spend and get these, that's it. And there's really no reason to play the actual event. Last but not least, speaking of monetization, and this one actually frustrates me a bit too. Again, this is very much a rant video. We have these drop rate up chests for Sauron and Galadriel, respectively, where you open these chests. And I think it's a bit scammy because people have been very confused about how this works. First of all, you need adventurer medals, and you can convert Mathams to adventurer medals, but only up to 30. So basically, the way I see this is, now, by the way, you can exchange for gems at the same rate as Mathams, but you can exchange Mathams for them, but only 30. So basically, players who have been saving their Mathams or spending money and buying Mathams to save them for this event are basically being told that, yeah, you can only do up to 30. They want you to spend more gems to do this, which to me is very frustrating, because a lot of players saved several hundred to do this and are now being told, hey, you need to spend more if you want to do these adventurer medals. So that in itself is weird. And then it says drop rate up, which again, if you're reading through this and looking at it, it kind of sounds like the rates to pull things are higher, that things drop from the chest. That is not the case. If you look through the chest, look at the percentages for everything, in terms of equipment, in terms of flawless letters, it's still 0.1, 1 in 1,000 chance. The thing that's different is when you get those drop rates, you have a higher percent chance to pull Sauron for the full pull or for his item. So the actual chance to pull is not higher, but the chance to get Sauron's is higher. And if you pull someone else, let's say I'm pulling and I get if I get a full pull and it's not Sauron, my next full pull is guaranteed to be Sauron. Or if I'm pulling items and I get the golden totem for Kieran, the next guaranteed one is Flames of Mount Doom. So you'll never go 2 items without getting something for Sauron, and this one are the same for Galadriel, but the actual chances are not any higher. And I feel like it's kind of confusing when you look at it. Just, you got a big thing on it that says drop rates up, Sauron, it's like, you just like, for people who aren't going to read that, or it's worded weirdly, or maybe just whatever it is, to me it kind of sounds like this is something, but the reality is all this is a wish list chest. It's a chest with a wish list with Sauron on it. That's what it is. Think of it that way, because other than that, like, you don't have a better chance to pull Sauron. Like, you don't have a better chance to pull items, but you have a better chance when you pull items to get Sauron, if that makes sense. So to me, this is borderline scammy. Again, they really put a lot of time and energy into the monetization side. They want to make money, but they take other things away from the event for free to players, for low spenders. I think it's not good. I'm not impressed with this at all. We also have the Yuletide chest. You can open 200 of these. This is the custom wishlist chest that we become accustomed to. So nothing negative to say here. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's fine. Actually, it's a rant video. Of course, I have negative things to say. They did change. So previously, you could stack certain items. So let's say I wanted to go for Mouth of Sauron. So Mouth of Sauron and Azure Core share the same item. So you could actually put Mouth of Sauron and Azure Core in your chest. And then 2 out of the 3 items on your wish list would be for 1 commander. So it's kind of, you could double up on commanders that shared items. Same with tier 1s. If I want Gorbag, 3 tier 1 commanders share Gorbag's item, the roasted warg meat or whatever it is. And you could put all of them on here. So when you did pull tier 1 items, they'd be that. Now, when you create your wish list, if you pick Gorbag, you can't select the other guys that share an item. So why have a wish list with 3 people when you put all 3 on? These are all of the items you can get for tier 1s. It doesn't, you have no better chance to get someone specifically. So it seems like a weird minor change just to make you get less of what you want. I mean, otherwise it's a custom wish list, so you can get the 3 that you want for these. That's fine. But again, it just seems like everything is about the money. Spend money in the game. We'll give you a few deals, but this seems kind of scammy to me. The change on the wish list, it seems unnecessary. Like, if players want to double up, if you want to go for Legolas, put Legolas and Arwen in there and have a slightly better chance to get Arwen's items. But instead, that's been taken away. So again, extremely unimpressed with the monetization focus, and even the things they focused on are not really that good of deals for players. But again, I'm going to wrap this thing up because I've been ranting for a little while here. We kind of joke around about liking Maker. I really don't want to be ranting about this game. I want to be excited about it. We went live right as the update was happening last night, and it was supposed to be a 1-hour maintenance. It was extended to almost 3 hours, and then the game crashed. We actually got raided by Chisgul. Shout out to Chisgul for the raid last night. Seriously appreciated. He's been an awesome supporter of the channel and just raided the channel. We had I think close to 300 people in the stream last night who had not played this game. And what an opportunity to show them the Yule Festival, the game. It's amazing, this exciting event, and just to sit there pretty much for the entire stream on the main menu screen. I know some of that stuff's out of the control. Stuff breaks, stuff happens. I get it. But on top of that happening with little communication in the Discord as it was going on, and the event being very mediocre at best, to me, it was just I don't know. It was not something that I enjoyed. Been very excited for this for a long time, and the only thing that's going to save this for me is if there are any kind of hot fixes they can do to say, you know what, okay, like, you guys like the tree with the social aspect, like, we can fix that if that's possible. If as the days go on, there are more things added. But so far, the only things that are going to be added daily are the Yuletide dance and the catch practice, and you can do a different chorus every day if you want to. And I'm just not interested in that personally. So again, this is a ranty video on the Yule Festival. Let me know what you think. If I'm off base, if you guys love it, if you think this is the best for free-to-plays or low spenders, let me know. Again, this Yule Eve thing, it's a good deal if you're spending. You're getting free stuff with what you would usually buy for those. So whenever they give you gems plus something else at the same value of the gems, it's a good deal. We talk about that on the channel a lot. But it's just a heavy spending focus. They took a lot of the social aspect out of it. And then the things that they did add, like the chests, to me, seem pretty scammy. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you guys in a future video.